Hello everybody, Recordpoopsize here, and welcome to Recordpoopsize YouTube channel, where we showcase all our horse stables, final tables, and exceptional play. For more information about our horse stables, click the About section right below here. And if you like our video, click the light right next to it. We are going to be showcasing the Thetoiletbowls final table. It was the 2K Pot Limit Omaha 08 Daily Tournament on America's Card Room. We started the final table at about 600,000 in chips. First big hand that we get into is an Ace King 2-4 suited one way. And this is one of these hands that feel free in the comment section to leave if you felt I played it wrong, if I should have raised it pre-flop. I like to play an Ace King 2-4 kind of soft, where I want to get more players in the pot with it. I'm playing a pretty good high, pretty good low hand if it comes. The low hand, generally, we want more players in it, or else we're not going to get any chip value, especially if we isolate and get in a heads-up situation where we're playing for a low with no possibility of a high, or where we're going to be getting three-quartered, or even three-quartering a person. It's just, for me, at this point in the tournament, I'm going to try to get chips in the pot. With a low, we catch a low flop, pair of fours, but it's dangerous. We're dry. If an ace or deuce comes, our nut low, if it does come, is nothing. So we're just going to call the $20,000 bet here. Hope that we get two more callers. We want to build this pot up. We're just playing for a low. We lose one of them. The third guy calls, so that's what we want. Now we hit the nut low with a wheel draw. And the guy's going to bet 20,000 again. We're just going to make a call because we're dry. We want to get more chips in the pot. And the deuce comes. And this is a prime example where you don't really want to push this. You want to try to get more chips in the pot. We went from the nut low to just a pair of fours ace kicker, and we're going to have to fold. No matter what he bets. Even if he bets 20,000 there, we're going to fold. Part of our horse stables is a system in which we stake players from low and medium buy-in levels on America's Card Room or Blackjack Poker. We take a % of wins plus the red that's paid back, and it allows for players to basically play for free for any future, a % of any future winnings. The guy bets enough to where I'm definitely folding. Like I said, all he had to do was make a min bet, and we're folding. The next hand is an Ace King 4-5 suited one way. I don't mind isolating this hand. The low is not the best. It does play well against like an Ace Queen 2-8, depending on what comes. Let's hope it's not an Ace Queen 2-8. The flop is going to come out. We're going to have the third low draw on the flop. He checks. We're going to bet like we have the ace deuce. We did a min raise to show that maybe we have an ace deuce. We're going to make a little bet. And we're going to take this pot down right now. The next big hand we run into, we're on the button. Two people are gone. There's a short stack in the big blind. We got a 10, 3, 5 deuce double suited. We're going to take a stab at it, try to pick up the blinds. There are about 50,000 chips in the blinds out there at that point, which is about a 10th of my stack. Guy goes all in. After he tanked, I was a little upset he tanked because he had ace, ace, 2-4. I'm calling anything he raises. We do hit the flush draw, but we miss, and we double him up. I was a little salty that he tanked. I felt his ace, ace, 2-4 should have just re-raised. I'm not folding anything for an extra 30,000 chips. We have ace, queen, jack, 9 double suited in the big. I don't mind playing this isolated. I don't like to play a multi-way pot with it all the time. At the same time, if a low's coming, if we catch our high, chances are a low's not going to be playing unless it's with the flushes. So it does play well depending on the flop. Heads up, I do like to play this in pot limit high-low. I love to play it in Omaha high. We got an aggressive guy betting into us with enough chips to where if we hit, we should be doubling up. We're going to make the call. Flop comes 9-9 king. We're just going to check just in case this guy was on aces, ace king, or any type of a good hand. The only hand we're worried about right now is king 9 or king king. But we're check raising. We get the bet. We're all in. He snaps. He's got aces. Easy call for him. And the board runs pure. And it's a nice little double up for us. The next hand we run into is an ace-2, 10-queen, suited one way. We make the call. It's raised. We call. We flop the nut low. Backdoor straight draw two ways with the wheel or the up high on the queen 10. We also have a backdoor flush draw. Right now we're just on a low. The guy bets 400,000. No, this isn't an ideal situation where, hey, because the guy's isolating us. You know, the guy's going to probably be isolating the third guy out that checked. So we're playing an ace-deuce in isolation. The only thing we can hope is that if he is on an ace-deuce, we catch a queen or a 10, and he's not tripped or super strong with a straight draw or anything like that. The turn card comes a 4. Now, this does give us the flush draw and the wheel draw, so we're definitely all in. And the king is a blank, but our ace-queen plays. He was just on an open-ended straight draw with the ace-deuce. We take 3/4 of the pot. The next hand, we have ace-ace, queen-8. It plays itself. We're all in pre-flop. We flop the full house. Got to dodge a low draw on the turn, and we do so. We take the guy. We're at about 1.7 million. We have ace-2, 3, jack. Great hand in position. We're going to try to get chips in the pot. Play this 4-way if we can, 3-way. It's a great starting hand in pot limit, Omaha high-low, especially with position. I do not like to isolate an ace-jack 2-3. Some players do. I prefer to actually play the poker hand out. It plays very well to double ups a lot of the time. Chances are if you're isolating it, you're playing against like an ace, king, queen, and a low card, and you're basically playing for half the chips. We flop madness. We're an open-ended straight draw. We got the wheel draw for the nuts. If an ace comes, a second nut on the high if a 2 or 3 comes, and if a 6 comes, a second nut on the high as well. All the while, we have a low if any of those cards come. So we really hit a really good flop. We're going to try to entice a middle guy to call. The big blind here shoves on us. So we're going to make a call. All we are is, you know, drawn every which way from Tuesday. The 8 comes, so we're guaranteed a quarter of the pot. If he has an ace-deuce and a stronger high at this point, an ace-deuce 6-7, we're definitely only taking a quarter of the pot, but at least we ain't dry if an ace-2-3 comes. We do catch the low, and we will catch a high at the same time. He calls. He is just on a pair of 7s with the flush draw. We catch the 3. We double up. The next hand that I get caught into, that's a big hand, we're at 2.5 million chips. We flop the nut low draw, backdoor straight draw, and backdoor flush draw. Basically, we need runner for anyone, but we do have the nut low draw if a low card that is not, well, any low card comes. We are not dry. 300,000 chip pot bet. We're going to make the call. We lose the middle guy. Now our low draws turns into one of them hitting the flush draw with still a low draw. So we're at the nut low draw. It's not dry, meaning if a 2-3-4 does come, we still have the nuts. We're not looking to call a huge bet, but he bets pot, so we call. And then we flop the turn, or the river is a 6 of clubs, which gives us a jack high flush with the nut low. We're going to bet out. He's going to call a 2-5 low, guys. A 2-5 low. We caught that guy right and dirty. Easy double up. Moved it to 5 million. About a 45-minute period went where I was just losing chips. Back down to 2.5 million. I got to defend my blind. We flop a nut straight with a backdoor flush draw, higher straight draws. If a jack comes, it could turn nut to nut. We are trying to dodge the board pairing or a flush at that point, but once the board pairs, we're already chip committed. We have to call. We do so, and he was on just an ace-3 low draw, and we double up. This guy was a terrible player. He is out, and now we're up heads up. I'm going to kind of go through these. This is play hand for hand heads up. No, none of the other ones, none of the losses cut out or anything. The guy that we got heads up actually is a pretty tight player, so I figure my aggressiveness, especially when we come heads up, is going to be able to steal some pots, wear him down. We flop an open-ended straight draw. 3-6 low draw, nothing great. We hit the straight on the turn, still with the low draw. We make a pot size bet, and he calls. So right there, we're thinking, okay, the low actually might help us with the low. If he's got a low, We could be hurting, but he was just on the ace deuce low draw. We double up there. I don't think I could have bet anything on the river to get anything out of 2 pair there. I think he's folding any bet. Maybe on the flop I should have bet. It's hard to say, but we did get that pot size bet on the turn. We got him at a chip advantage here. King, king, 10-8. One of the next hands that we're going to be playing. We go to the flop. We flop trips. It's a dangerous trips for us because our full house, one of our full house cards is the 10. We have 2 of them in the pot, so we're already short 1 card on hitting the full house. The flush comes. We kept the pot low. We're going to check. He checks back. River card comes to 5. There's about 600,000 chips out there. It'd be nice just to take him back. And we do. I was actually worried him having the flush there. And this is the hand of the tournament right here, folks. I had king 8 7 6 double suited. I raise, he re-raises. I decide to make the call. I'm heads up with position. I basically missed the flop. I have backdoor flush draws 2 ways. I got a gut shot straight draw, and I do have a low draw if he didn't have a low, which he wasn't playing as low. He was just on a pair of aces. Hits his jack on the turn for 2 pair, and we double pair up on the river. Drawing pretty good once we seen what we're up against. However, it might have been a bad post-flop play. Obviously, it's a bad post-flop play after we lose, but given the fact that if I would have known he was just on a pair of aces there and my low draw was good with a gut shot straight draw, I think you got to play it. I don't know. Leave a comment in the comment section below what you think, if you think I misplayed it. 4 5 6 7 plays itself all in pre-flop. He flops a pair of kings. We are drawn dead on the turn. And that is the tournament. Second place for about a $300 finish. 1 mistake cost us the tournament. And thank you for viewing the Pot Limit Omaha Daily Final Table. Part of our horse stable program is we are going to be showcasing final tables and making videos of them. We showcase all our horse stables play at twitch.tv Recordpoopsize. We stream daily. Give us a shout. Come check us out.